Hello. How are you? Can you hear? Yeah, I can hear you.
Got your camera on?
Yeah, no, camera's on.
Are we live? Well, I think we're live now.
We are live, yes.
All right. Oh, there she is.
Hello.
Hello, Mikayla. How you going?
But I'm back. I got my hearing aid in and I couldn't get it to connect.
Oh, righto. You know, we're live now, so it's all good.
Hello.
So, we're going to start in about a couple of minutes, I suppose. Usually people get on about half past 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but we're actually live at the moment. So how you been going?
Yeah, I've been good. Been trying to keep myself busy and occupied with everything going on, I guess like everyone else. But
yeah. Someone's saying good afternoon already. I know who that is.
Just going to get rid of this music.
Okay. You'll have to give us some good music, Mikayla.
I don't know.
It was the big room, brother, so I thought it was pretty appropriate, actually.
Was it? Thank you.
Any country? I can go with the country.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, dear. Oh, that was Chris Lee. Ashley Edwards, good afternoon all.
All right.
We might start, JB. What do you think?
We have to start, CJ, now. We're there.
Okay. We're there. We're here. We're on.
All right. Just want to good afternoon, everyone. Just want to acknowledge traditional custodians where we all meet, work and play. Pay the utmost respect to our elders, past, present and any emerging elders. And just welcome everyone in that's going to have a listen and have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a yarn tonight with Mikayla. So over to you, Mikayla. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your backstory, please.
So my name's Mikayla Hayes Adams-Queary. I'm a proud Kondamuka Nunaka woman from Stradbroke here, which is North Stradbroke Island, located off southeast Queensland. And I guess a little bit about myself is I love basically anything to do with the creative industry, so art, media, radio, filming, photography, pretty much everything like that. Yeah. About me, yeah.
Now, JB, she's more experienced than us.
Yeah. Can I just say that wouldn't be really hard, though?
I get pretty nervous in that, eh?
Nah, you're right. You're never nervous.
You can't be nervous. I hear. Tell us a little bit about the work you do with 98.9. Busy.
So, I completed my Cert 3 in Screen and Media at 98.9 FM, Music for the Best Country. That was through BEMA, Brisbane Indigenous Media Association, and AAA training. So through that, I basically learnt the ropes around radio production, everything behind, using television. So like we got to use green room and everything. I learned how to do basic camera shots and everything along those lines, as well as present and collect content and put it on air and on radio. So I got to meet a lot of cool people through that and like-minded youth, as well as, some other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander youngins. And through that, I think, I met Clay Casadaley. So that's Troy Casadaley's son. So I worked with him, as well as Jamie Dunn and a few other people. Yeah. Pretty mad. I loved it.
Yeah, good work.
So when did you start then, Mikayla? How old were you then?
Oh, so I did that in year maybe 11.
Yeah.
11. And so I did it in year 11 that whole year, which was 2 years ago, because I'm 1 year out of school now. But I have been going back there and reconnecting with the mob, because that is my passion. I do want to, make a career with myself in radio and use that platform for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander issues and cultural sensitivities, especially during, times like this right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So how's it been, I suppose, for you on the island? Have you, are you just on the island now, or you go back and forth to town or something?
No, so I've pretty much been on the island this whole time. I've only left it once, and that was to go see my brother. So my brother has Becker's muscular dystrophy, which is a illness, and it's very serious. So with everything going on, I really have to be careful and not only watch myself but everyone around me and stay away from people, because if that I do end up contracting the virus, that could lose my brother's life from that. So it's pretty intense, as well as being in such a rich cultural community here in Gympie that where we're surrounded by elders, we're all mobbing the one street. If one person catches it, you wipe out a whole mob, a whole community. So it's very important to keep that aware. Yeah, keep that awareness.
Yeah, now, Jack, I think they locked the island down, didn't they, for a while?
They did for a while. I'm not really sure what the procedures are and precautions that are going on right now. I'm pretty sure the parks are still shut, but other than that, I'm not too sure. I've just been staying at home in my little bubble away from everyone else, and I've been enjoying it because, I travelled for 5 years straight to Lords Hill College, and now that I'm home, I have grounding. I get to just stay here and, reconnect with my mob, because I did struggle through high school with that, and it's good to be home and spend more time with my family. And I'm really happy with where I am right now.
Yeah. So that was to put it in perspective, I suppose, that is a ferry trip over to the mainland, jump on a bus, onto a train, into Brisbane City, South Bank, and then to school, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, it was Morningside.
Morningside.
That was a couple before South Bank,
Yeah, okay.
Walk up this hill and go up to the school. It was a really deadly school. I'm glad I had that opportunity to go there,
Yeah. Takes a lot of commitment, I think. Yeah, I don't know about me getting up and doing that every day.
I struggled.
Can I just ask you, Mikayla? So, did you do a school-based traineeship? Is that what you're?
Yeah, I did a school-based traineeship, and with that, when I did that, I was nominated for the Queensland Training Awards, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Student of the Year through the traineeship. And along with that, who would have known, I got nominated with my cousin Lily Graham, and she ended up taking out the award, another Quandamooka woman, which was absolutely deadly. I could not have been prouder on that night. It was so mad to see my cousin take it out, which was so staunch.
No, that's brilliant, and congratulations to you too for
nomination.
Nominee, it's
absolutely.
So well done.
Yeah. Now, I've seen you on stage at various functions and events and on Stradbroke. Tell us what you're doing there.
Oh, yeah, so I do a little bit of MCing here and there, as well as spoken word poetry, as well as performances. So that'd be traditional dance, or whether that be in a play or something like that. I've performed RPAC, Lavoie Theatre, and Dunwich, the Deadly Dunwich Community Hall over here, which is my favourite place to perform. And then, as well as being involved with Island Vibe, Quandamooka Festival, Sustainable Dreaming, and a whole lot of other functions that I can't think of at the top of my head.
Beautiful. Now, so Charlie's promised us, CJ's promised us that he'll belt out a tune if you belt out some one of your poems. So he doesn't know this yet, but
I don't know. I don't know my poems off the heart.
That's all right. I'm only having a bit of fun.
I was about to do it.
You'd the same thing though, wouldn't you?
Oh.
So
I'm only playing now. We've got a few people we need to say good day to, CJ.
Yeah, we did. Certainly have.
Chrissy Lee said hello, Bellas, and hello, sis. Ashley Edwards said good afternoon, all. We've got Jan Hogan's watching. So, Mikayla, Jan is our resident Wales over in the UK. She watches us every Friday and Monday. So, she's on again this morning, and very early for her. So, I think it's 7:30 or something like that. So, g'day, Jan. We've got Letitia Miller's watching here on the Gold Coast. G'day, sister. How are you? Dan Hogan. So Dan's over in England as well. So we've got another another lad that's been joining in. He said, hello, comrades. Dion Bird watching. G'day, brother. How are you?
Dion Bird, yep. Got Kevin Thomas as well as who else? Ashley Carkless over there on the island. He's tuned in. Hi, Ash. How are you, brother? Charlie Fay.
G'day, Charlie.
David Eric Sutton. And Jan says, hi, Mikayla and JB and CJ. Zane's all watching too. Zane Hendricks.
Oh, hello, Kazi.
G'day, Zane.
Yeah, g'day all. Yep, he says. Lisa Bullman and Rob. You know Rob? Jack?
Rob
Sagano?
Yep.
That's my uncle, yeah. Hey, Uncle Rob.
Hey, Uncle Rob, how are you? Two deadly knees, he says.
But those are Atkinson watching down in Melbourne as well.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in, guys. It's been really good so far, and we're just hearing a little bit more about our guest speaker today and what she's doing around COVID as well. So she's been in a bubble, you say?
Yeah, sticking in my house. I've in March, I think, when COVID first hit, I was working at Fisher's at the Point, but we did shut down for a period there, and I was unemployed for that whole period, but we just opened 2 weeks ago, and I returned back last week, which is really awesome. So now I've got, something to occupy myself and earn some spare bunga,
Yes, you do.
Always good.
Always good to earn some money. I was going to ask you now, you've been on this kind of journey, I suppose, and I know that you ever since you were young, and I know your mum really well, and I know young Mitch as well. And are you an auntie now or something, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm actually a great auntie.
Oh, wow.
I bet you are. I bet you're a really good auntie.
I've got a couple of older siblings, and my eldest sister Janelle has got a granddaughter, and my other brother Rory has got a daughter, and then my other brother Mitchell has got 2 children, Ethan and Isla. Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, Ethan and Lila.
My God, how's that? My goodness. So tell us a little bit about what your aspirations are. Where you're heading and what you want to do in life. I know it's a big question, but at this particular moment.
Yeah, so I guess when I was in high school in my final year, I had this map of everything I wanted to do and achieve. I wanted to go to university this year, and I wanted to study political law as well as journalism and media broadcasting. But at the moment, I haven't really found something suited to what I want to do, because I don't want to do just one thing. I want to do, a whole variety of them. I don't want to be limited to just one thing, because, we're not just limited to one thing. We're all capable of anything you put your mind to. And I really want to, not just prove that, but, show that we're still here. We're still here. We're Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people. We're as equal as anyone else, and we deserve as many, the same opportunities that mainstream mob get. And I think that's the most important thing to really go by right now. So I think what I want to do is, just do something, be the best I can,
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely radio, yeah. That's
Can I ask you a question now? What do you think the biggest accomplishment so far in your short life has been?
I've got 2. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I was awarded a scholarship to Lords Hill College from year 8 to year 12. So that was my biggest achievement, I think, as well as I got featured in NITV story segment called Mikayla, which I think was one of my greatest achievements as well. Yeah, so far.
Beautiful. Well done.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Thank
I was
you.
going to. Yeah, I think I saw you on stage with was it Jessica Melboy last year? With
No.
Was that you or not?
No, that wasn't me. I had an interview with Dan Sultan though. Yeah.
Oh yes, Dan Sultan. That's it.
Dan will do. That's pretty good effort.
Yeah. Sultan more, not to. Yeah, Dan Sultan's the man.
Yeah. So tell us, what do you reckon what sort of advice would you give to, your mob back there, all in the young ones, about?
I guess my advice would be, keep your head up high. You've got, I guess I'm not the best to give advice because, I'm pretty young myself, and I'm still trying to get my foot on where I'm at, and I'm still trying to, learn how to handle myself as well with everything that I take in and, trying to be the best person I can be. But I guess, just keep your head up high and never give up, because if you give up, what's the worst that can happen if you don't give it a try, And don't be ashamed of the game. I think that's my biggest advice.
I love that. And I think the way that you're doing things, I mean, you don't have to say much about it because you're really leading by example. So the things that you've done and, that you're able to have already achieved and, like your Cert 3 and media and all that sort of stuff, I think that's just wonderful achievements. So well done to you. And the thing is that you're leading by example, so you don't have to say much. So people will, some of the young ones and the older ones will see you and go, geez, look at Mikayla there. She's killing it, So maybe we can do it as well. So congratulations to what you're doing.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't really word it right, That's all I could hope for.
Yeah,
So, Mum.
yeah.
Oh, Mum says hi, CJ.
Hey, g'day, Mum. How are you? Oh, I can see your hair there.
Get her on. Bring her on the camera.
No,
Hey.
look, I was doing this one. Go and get this book.
All right, stand up, future. Yeah. Sorry, and what's your name?
Oh, this is my mum, Angie. Sorry, she's kind of shutting me out right now.
Don't be ashamed. Come on, come and say hello.
Is that your...
Go and get this book, everyone.
Yeah, stand up for your future. That's it. Yeah, beautiful. She's one proud mum. I know that.
Absolutely. And why wouldn't she be?
And I miss you guys over there, really.
Yeah, we miss your yarns up at CJ's, eh? I need my Vegemite and cheese pizza. Not in a long time.
Don't they make it anymore, Mikayla?
I don't think so.
CJ, now you're going to have to give it a bit of a plug. Oh, CJ's over on North Stradbroke. Give it a bit of a plug, brother.
I don't have to. Mikayla might.
Oh, no, you shoot for it. Shoot for it.
I'm happy to give it a plug there.
No.
If you're ever over there on North Stradbroke or all you locals there, I'm sure all the locals know it anyway. Drop into CJ's pizza and coffee, is it, CJ? Or
coffee in the mornings, yep. Pizzas at night. It's a bit like Superman.
Get in there and get yourself a beautiful pizza. So.
No, that's it.
Other people we need to say good day to CJ and Mikayla. We've got Malcolm Darwin said hello to everyone from Darwin. G'day, brother boy.
Hey, g'day, mate. How are you?
Jan Hogan said, well said. I think that was to you, Mikayla. Wouldn't have been to me or CJ. She wouldn't raise us up like that.
No.
Dan Hogan said ambition is critical. So well done.
Yeah.
And we've got Uncle Eric Peters down in Hillsville in Melbourne. In Victoria watching. So g'day, Uncle Eric, how are you?
And also there's, I think it must be Jay Forrester who's watching from Dubbo. So g'day, Jay. He's good.
G'day, Jay.
Mate of mine. So good on you, Jay. Thanks for joining us. Jan says only if you could bring Vegemite and cheese, CJ. There you go. Yeah, no, it's the best thing. It's the best pizzas on the island. So get down there and support a local business, I suppose. So, yeah. So what's on your radar this week?
I'd just say too, Letitia Miller just said, congratulations on completing your certificate in screen and media assist. So well done. Yeah. So that's from Letitia.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
CJ, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what's on your radar for this week, Mikayla, besides going to work, I suppose?
So on my radar this week, I spend a lot of time with my auntie Del up at her shop. So Del being Cockatoo Collins, so she's an amazing First Nations artist. So please check her out. She's been involved in the last year, was it last year's? I hope I'm saying that right. Last year's Commonwealth Games, as well as she's got these beautiful yuggeries that are situated at the point, and yeah, it's just a beautiful place to go chill out and have a coffee. And she's got a shop located here in Dunwich, just up the road from CJ's. Yeah, so have a look at her shop. Yeah, but I spend all my time there, going up there and just yarning my auntie's binung off, my auntie's ear off and everything. It's been, yeah, and I guess it keeps me centered, and basically she's very inspiring, and she also pushes me more as to how I can develop myself as an artist, because I do actually do Aboriginal contemporary art on the side for, paintings and things like that. And I guess that's one of my passions too. So maybe on the radar is a little bit of painting too, for myself.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's a very talented artist, Yorani Delvey, and I was going to ask you, and I did read that article from the Catholic Ed stuff about your inspiration, I suppose. Your great-great-grandmother?
Yeah. So my great-great-grandmother is Granny Dungu. So she was one of the old grannies here from Straddy, and she used to live out at Myora, which was just past, it's just a little bit past Dunwich if you're going out straight to the point. And at Myora there used to be a mission, and there's a lot of history that you should actually look into that happened on this island, because there's so much that needs to be taught and learnt about what happened here on the island towards the Quandamooka people, as well as what happened on mainland Australia towards Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, because a lot of people don't seem to be aware of it, or So yeah, my great grandmother is definitely one of my biggest inspirations, because from all the stories and the articles I've read on her and things like that, she just was such a staunch Black woman back in the day, and that's all I could aspire to be, and represent my mob and keep my head held high as a Aboriginal woman here in this day.
Beautifully said.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that's great, and I think that just that stuff you're talking about, Mikayla, it fills me with a lot of pride as well, to know that we talk about this a bit, JB, don't we, about the young people coming through, and this is
Absolutely.
I consider this young lady as one of those people, and who carry on some of those struggles, and also those, I suppose, the truth, the stories that are passed down, through generations, maybe through you. Yeah, so.
And we do talk about that a lot too, CJ, about being able to continue those stories on and keep the stories going, keep the culture going, because, we don't want it to die, our culture die out at all. So with the likes of yourself, Mikayla, being able to become the leader that you are, I mean, it does bring a lot of pride, and we're really proud of what you're able to do for mob, So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, thank you for doing that acknowledgement, because there's not many places or lives that I see doing acknowledgement. So thanks for that. That was pretty mad, eh?
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's we got to celebrate all the time. You know what I mean? And Jack and I talk about this, about making sure that we don't always bring up the negatives. We always want to celebrate what we are, and be grateful for who we are, and in terms of while we're here, and our story, I suppose. And we love hearing people's story. We love hearing your story on this particular session that we have with check-in. So.
Well said again, brother, and I think that is so important, that we do remember our traumas and all those sort of things. But as CJ is saying, we do need to celebrate what we are doing well, and because there's good things happening everywhere in our communities right across Australia, but we don't get to hear about them. So they're not celebrated the way that they should be celebrated. So that's something that CJ and I are trying to promote and get celebrate what we are doing well. So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about the island, Mikayla. That's what we want to, some of those little bit that you've learnt, a little bit that your favourite spot maybe, or something that that connects you to the island?
So my favourite spot on this island is Minjerribah because it's so special. So it's actually where salt water meets the fresh water, and it's a very sacred place to our people. So I guess, that has to be my favourite place by far, especially anywhere in the world. There's no place where you could feel as safe or as home right there in that spring. And you can drink the water straight out of the spring too. It's the most gorgeous water you'll ever taste.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is nice. It is beautiful there. I also know that you, of course, you learned to dance at an early age, and you also have passed that on to some of your students that you went to school with. Is that right?
Yeah. So when I was at Lord Searle College, we had this support group for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. So Lord Searle College is an all-girls school, and Mirrigan group. So we would meet up every fortnight, and every week in between that we'd have STAR, which was a Santa Teresa and reconciliation group there at the school. And when we met up for Mirrigan, we'd have reconciliation week at the school. So all of us mob would get together and do corroboree, kanjil, so traditional Aboriginal dance here from the island that I teach the girls. And I couldn't ask for a better mob to teach, because, being at a school like Lord Searle College, it's very, I wouldn't say, I guess what I'm trying to say is Lord Searle College was a school where it was basically the whole population of it was non-Indigenous students. And there was only about 24 Indigenous students within the whole school, and there was 12,000 students in the whole school. So it was pretty mad to have that connection with those girls and meet up and have those yarns and communicate with each other, especially to keep our culture alive and keep each other comfortable and know that there's a safe place there at school for each other, as well as, continuing and practicing traditional dance.
Most of those girls all from Brisbane or from all over the place?
Their mobs were from all over the place, but clearly they all live in Brisbane.
That's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool that you're able to teach them as well. So
absolutely, it's absolutely brilliant.
Two of them were my little cousins too, so that was even better to teach your little cousins. And now they're left at the school, and I can't wait to see what captaincy roles they fulfill and how they're going to take on that position in the school and keep continuing the culture, which I think is pretty amazing too.
Absolutely. Now, what did you get up to on the weekend?
On the weekend, I had work, and other than that, I'm doing a lot of gardening. I've been into my gardening, so I've been getting real involved in that, and we had them couple days rain, which was pretty good. And I've got a Rottweiler, so I took her for a walk and spent a lot of time with her and seen a lot of the mob around here in Dunwich. You cruise around a lot and have a lot of yarns, but still practicing social distancing and keeping safe, But, that's pretty much my whole weekend.
Oh, beautiful. And what about you, CJ? What did you get up to on the weekend?
Oh, dear. Was it the weekend? I'm always thinking about things what I do on the weekend. No, it was, actually, it was a bit wet on Sunday, eh? Was it raining there, Mikayla? Yeah, it was raining there. Yeah, on Sunday, So not a great deal Sunday. I got out in the morning and went for that walk. But on Saturday, what did I do on Saturday? Geez, it went so quick. I don't know. I had a lot of work on. I did have a lot of work on. So, I've got a final report to do. So it's that kept me pretty busy. And it's pretty. I live down at Tugun now, Mikayla, down the Gold Coast, and we're right. Yeah, we're right on the beach, so so it's easy to get out there and walk the beach every morning. So I do that every morning, but it's a bit. We're in a smaller house as well, in a little apartment thing, so it's sometimes hard to get time to, being confined in a small space, just me and Michelle, my wife. It's difficult to find time to do stuff, so it's. So I've had to sort of lock myself away and get into some work. But that's all right. I mean, it's what you do, I suppose, when you get out there and do stuff. But, I'm looking forward to when all this COVID stuff finishes, and so we can all reconnect again, because it's, how do you go on the island? Do you still hug each other and all that sort of stuff, or is it elbows and,
I practice social distancing, yeah. I don't know. It personally, for me, it depends on who I'm with, If they want a hug, I'm happy to give them a hug, because I know I've been doing the safe and correct things here, social distancing away from anyone else. And of course, if I'm going to see my auntie or my uncle or my brother or sister walking up on the street, I'm going to give them a hug, I can't just, in our culture, that's a really big thing, especially when you're elders. But I am aware that with the elders right now, I've been keeping my distance from them, but still, paying my respects to them.
That's been the most difficult thing, hasn't it, JB?
Oh, absolutely.
Not being able,
yeah, it's something that it's been hard. Yeah, look, as we've said over and over again, CJ, like we do a lot of work in communities right around Australia, and just not to have that interaction with people it's been really hard. So, and then we talk about, people that are living on their own and how lonely it has been for those people as well, So we're rather lucky that we live with our families. So, yeah, it has been hard. Now, Mikayla, I've got a question for you from Letitia Miller down here on the Gold Coast. She said, I'm watching with my oldest and he's keen to do a traineeship when he reaches grade 11. He has asked, how did you stay focused with doing your traineeship and still doing schoolwork and completing high school? And there's a little bit more to it. And did you have lots of support from your school and family to help with being with staying motivated?
Yeah, so I did struggle for a bit. I think everyone will struggle because you got to find your footing and where you're at with everything. But when I started my traineeship, I guess it just felt right to me. I love radio, and the environment I was in was very supportive, and there was a lot of communication going on there. And yeah, it was just, I think I didn't have any worries or stresses about it because I knew that I was in a good place at that time. And I guess I just gave it my all, and I just kept my head down because, you got young kids watching over you, and I want to really build that platform for our mob to walk into, because I'd like to see my younger cousins here and my little nieces and nephews eventually go over to town and do a traineeship or something like that, especially at 98.9 FM. But with my school studies, my school offered me a study period. So I would go and study, but rather than studying, I do my traineeship work. And at my traineeship, I also got one-on-one help there with my supervisor, which was really good. But I guess when you're at a traineeship, you will have that support network going in there. So I really think don't worry about that. But yeah, I think it's a really good thing to experience because it does prepare you for when you graduate school and you go into the bigger world, because my traineeship was a paycheck. I was paid for it. So it gave me that little bit more of independence as well, learning that, as well as trying to learn how to manage my studies and manage my social life, my work life, as well as my cultural life together, as well as traveling. So I did struggle with it, but I did get used to it. So I think just persistence is just the key.
Really good advice. Really good advice. Thank you.
Yeah. We've got a couple other people there with some comments as well. That was Letitia completing a certificate too. We've got Ed Williams, hi from Lawman, First Nation Riders, enjoying the yarn.
G'day, Ed.
Chris Lee says, Tiger would be proud of you, sis, he said. So, yeah. Chris is an old media guy from, he used to work in media there in Brisbane, I think Beamer and organisations like that. And Yeah, and David Eric Sutton says, Eora Springs is a beautiful place. It's majestic. Letitia Miller, that's the one you were talking about. Charlie Fay reckons Yugonbear meaning flathead. So
yeah, absolutely.
Flathead. Yeah, and Malcolm Darling, JB is a big hugger. COVID has affected his hugging.
Yeah,
it has. I'm going to have to admit to that. I am a big hugger. Yes, and Malcolm loves those big hugs as well from everyone. So if you ever get up to Darwin, make sure you run into Malcolm Darling and give him a big hug.
Big hug, yeah. Okay, book that one up. And Letitia says, thanks for sharing your advice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you for that. It was really good advice. And we've also got Joe Piggott watching up in Cairns. G'day, Joe. Hope you're well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I think at the moment. So we've had quite a few comments and stuff, so that's really good. Now, what do you say you're doing for the rest of the week? You're working?
Yes, I have a couple shifts at the point at Fishers, and then hopefully I get to spend some more time with my Auntie Del during the week, as well as focus on some art. But other than that, I'll just see where the wind takes me, I'm not too there's not too much you can do during this time anyway, especially over.
So you're able to go over the mainland, though?
Yeah, but that's just, it's the biggest mission to go over town at the moment. So I've just been, it's very energizing to go over town, and everything going on over there is pretty intense compared to over here. Like, we're a bit shut off from town. But I think, definitely when this all passes over, I would like to go to town and have a massive feed for once or something like that. And go, because you don't got shops over here where you can, you can't pop down to Best and Less or something like that, or even Woolworths or Coles. And I'd love to do that sometime soon or something like that.
Is Mitch still on the island with you, or?
No, so he moved off at the beginning of the year because he was in a 1-bedroom unit, and he needed to upgrade after having Bubba Boy. So he's living over town at the moment. But
Yeah, no, that's good.
Now, with regards to the ferries and that across to North Stradbroke, have they been cut during COVID-19, or were they running as normal, or? Yeah,
so they did cut back the times. They only had a couple of boats during the day, and I think they might have gone back to normal now. But funny story about that, the one time I went town during this whole time, I had a timetable, and they reckon 6:25 boats the last boat. I reckon, oh, I'm mad. I'll pop up to Carindale, go spend time with my sister, come back down. No good, we get down here, and I'm there at 5 o'clock, and everyone's packing up and leaving, and I'm like, I need to go home. Like, where's the boat? I reckon, oh, sorry, there's no 6:25 boat. It's only a 5:25 boat. And no good, got chucked over town for the night. But, the one night I went over town. The boat's back,
Yeah, they changed all the timetables, I suppose. They were limited, weren't they? They dropped them back quite a bit. But, no, it's, hopefully it all gets back to normal soon, I suppose. So, yeah. But I hear Quandamooka Festival, of course, is that happening or not?
I'm not too sure what's going on with Quandamooka Festival at the moment. I haven't really heard much from them at the moment, nor seen much. I've seen a couple posts on social media, but as to when it's happening or what's going on, I'm not too sure. But, you can check them on Facebook at Quandamooka Festival.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think so. Quandamooka Festival happens every year for 3 months almost, isn't it? When's it start in August or July?
July. No, July. Yeah.
July, August, September. So it goes for 3 months with a whole heap of activities over the 3 months on the island and off the island. Starts with a big welcome on the island, the big opening, and then closes at the end of September, I suppose, with another closing. It's a big events, aren't they? It was great.
Now, Mikayla, we've got another question from Jan Hogan over in Wales. Mikayla, did you have any teachers that supported you in your ambitions and cheered you on?
Yeah, so I had, I guess, 3 people that were my constants and my rocks throughout my high school, which was Belinda McLeanan, who was my Indigenous support teacher, and I had, which was pretty cool, I had Grace Sarah, who actually went to school at the same time as I did, but then when she graduated a couple years earlier than me and went into teacher aid, so I got to finish my high schooling as her as my support teacher as well.
Wow.
And they were there for me all the time. And I guess one of the most important people I had was Auntie Joan at school.
Beautiful.
Auntie Joan was, she's always looking after young ones, Auntie Joan? Yeah. She was one of the elders on the island, and very respected elder on the island, and she really did a lot of work in the early days about getting these types of opportunities, like at Lord's.
Yeah.
I suppose she was very involved in making sure that there are opportunities.
If it wasn't for her, I definitely would not have attended high school, and I would not have got my scholarship at that school. So yeah, definitely the biggest part and support network I ever had in my life, apart from my mum,
Yeah, don't forget your mum.
Don't forget your mum. Hey,
My mum
in trouble with her.
she apart from those, so they supported me straight up in my schooling. Yeah, my mum was always there to give me an extra push when I needed to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, or when I had to drag myself down to the boat and just like barefoot and get ready on the boat or something, But yeah, my mum was always there, and those were my 3 support networks at school that I had. I'm very grateful for what they gave me and how they handled it with me.
Yeah.
Were there many early mornings for you over that period?
Oh.
Yeah, so when I was at high school, I'd either be on the 5:25 boat in the morning or the 6:25 boat, and that was either depending on co-curricular activities or morning activities, because I was in year 12, I was reconciliation captain as well as Merrigan captain, and then I was also when I was at school, I was participating in rugby sevens as well as touch and a couple of other sports. So I had a couple of early mornings, with training and doing that. And then we also met throughout the mornings and afternoons for service groups and things like that. So, yeah, there was a few early mornings and there was a few late nights where I'd have to come back on the last boat and come home. But, yeah, it was definitely a mad opportunity.
Must have been pretty tiring for you, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely catching up on my sleep now, though, so it's all good.
No, that's all right. That's good. Well done.
Yeah. And you graduated last year, eh?
Yeah, I graduated last
year. Yeah. Actually, what's his name? Rob was saying. He said there might be Sigantos down at Tweed. Are you related to them?
Yeah, they're my uncle. Oh, down at Tweed, right?
Tweed.
Tweed Heads,
Yeah.
He said there's some down there at Tweed Heads. Are you related to him? He's just wondering what he is. I saw that question a little bit earlier.
It was Charlie, actually. It's Charlie Fay that said that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. Right. Yeah. That's it.
Most likely they're probably mob, but yeah, my Uncle Rob's there somewhere in the comments, so definitely check him out and you can find out if we're related. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we might have to. You don't know the lads, JB?
No, I don't actually. No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Russell Ty watching as well. G'day, Russ. How are you, brother? And Felicity Wood as well here on the Gold Coast watching. So g'day, Click. How are you?
Yeah, I've got to say thank you, Jen, for that question about the support and stuff. Jen's, like we mentioned earlier, is in Wales, and she's a teacher, isn't she, Jack?
She's a teacher, and we actually had her on a couple of weeks ago. Really interesting story Jan had. So, as what every guest we have on, we think has a interesting story. So really enjoyed that, and Jan is a teacher, and I think she's retired now though. She loves asking those educational questions and involved. So
does she? That's right. Yeah. Now, Mikayla, what do you do? What do you one of the things I like to know is about name a place you'd like to go besides Straddy. I know you love Straddy.
Straight up, I'd love to go to Lifu Island. So I got mob family in Lifu Island. My my great grandfather John Lifu from Lifu Island. Yeah, so I'd love to reconnect with mob up there and definitely explore that island because it's beautiful. But I've also got my uncle in Wilcannia, my uncle Brendan Adams, who also works down at.
Oh, Brendan boy.
Yeah.
My mum.
So that's my mum's. Yeah, my mum's.
Hey, look out. We've done a bit of work with Brendan, so he's a good brother boy of ours as well. So
Yeah.
he only messaged me the other day actually. So
Hey, look out there.
Oh, Kenya. Wow.
Yeah. So,
I'd definitely like to go to either Liffey or Wilcannia down to see my uncle, or go over Liffey and see the island too.
and he's doing some awesome work down there in Wilcannia too, Brendan. So he needs to be congratulated on that as well, because not a lot of, like, as we say, there's some beautiful programs going on, and some of the work that he does is just absolutely deadly. So well done, Brendan. I hope he's watching in some days. So as I said, he did message me the other day. So yeah.
That's mad. I got a jacket that he actually sent me up, and it's got the radio station. So I'll just quickly show you.
Oh yeah.
So this is my uncle Brendan, sent up to me. So that's the radio station. You can find them at.
Yeah.
Adams, along with all the mob. So yeah, definitely check that one out.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I've got to tell you, I went to Liffey Island.
Hey, really?
About a year and a half ago. Yeah, I was on a cruise, like one of them cruises, and they pulled up at Liffey Island, and we jumped off the island, off the boat, and off the cruise ship, and we did a bit of exploring around there. It's pretty awesome place, beautiful place.
Yeah, I've seen photos, and man, I don't think the photos would do it justice, eh?
Oh yeah, it's magical. I'll send you a couple of photos of it. I've got some here.
Yes, I'd love that.
Yeah. So we pulled up and had a bit of a swim and all that sort of stuff. And they did a performance and everything up there as well, some dance performances, and they had a big market kind of area. So yeah, you'd have to get over there. So yeah, have a look.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now look, we've got some really good comments here. So I'm just going to read another one out from Malcolm Darling up there in Darwin. He said, Mikayla, awesome to hear your story. Well done. Good luck on your journey. So that's from Malcolm up in Darwin. He's the one that you have to, if you ever go there, you have to give him a big hug, because he loves hugs.
Definitely, we do.
We've got Charlie there saying, hi, Uncle Jack, it's me, Eleanor. I'm listening. So, hello, darling. How are you? Down in Tugun, she is. She's with your mob down there, CJ.
Oh.
We've also got Jan that said, when people truly believe in you, you can do anything. So glad you had such lovely support. You are our future, and it will be wonderful seeing you in the future for the stars. So, well done.
For the stars.
Beautiful comments. So, yeah, well done.
Yeah, definitely look out for it. And I think, I think it might have been Eleanor also saying, look out, Brendan. Wow.
Yeah. Because Charlie and Mibbenbar, who we are associated with, have done some work with Brendan. So yeah.
Jenny Wood says hello from Canberra.
Hello, Jane. How are you?
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, we actually a little bit of history about what we're doing here. Mikayla, is we got together some time ago now. Seems like ages ago, Jack. And we were in lockdown, so Jack was the first person I saw that I knew down the beach here. And we got together and said, how's this COVID going? And we started having a yarn about it. And he said, oh, well, we should do something about it. We should just sort of try and connect and have a yarn on Facebook. And we just did that. We just said, oh, let's do it. We picked a time and we just went for it. And then now I think it's about 9 weeks later. We've been interviewing people from all over Australia and across the world. So it's just so weird, it's so weird. And
can I just jump in there too, CJ? I mean, early on in COVID-19, I was really struggling too. Like I was really anxious about, not having our work and, maybe, what's going to happen with bills and all that sort of stuff. And so I was suffering with a bit of anxiety, and I must admit, to be able to have this and, have a yarn to people and touch base with them has really helped me over this period as well. And, I'm feeling really good now. And I do have to thank this sort of platform and CJ as well for being able to, help me through that. And I've been able to help others that are really struggling over the last few weeks get through what they've been doing as well. So, yeah, look, it has been fantastic. So,
yeah, it has. And I guess that connection, I suppose, black fellas are looking at different ways of connecting. So And we've been able to do that over that time. We've had some really, like yourself, some really inspiring people, and it's some great stories, and also some great messages, about how do we deal, how do we cope with all of this stuff that's happening around us. Throw in a bit of that Black Lives Matter stuff, and it was going pretty mad, I suppose. It was really stressful time. Everyone was anxious. The emotions were running pretty high. So what we didn't plan on doing, and what we did, was actually help people through that period as well, and try to bring some light kind of relief at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because things were getting pretty tough,
And it was about having a bit of a laugh, like we all love our humour and those sort of things, take a little bit of the mickey out of each other and those sort of things. So, and, like 2020 has been a pretty scary year, like we've got COVID-19 now. We had the floods before that, and then the bushfires before that. So there's so much uncertainty going on for everyone. And, as we always say, CJ, no one's been through this before. So, and the uncertainty as well that scares people. So, and I think too, like as you said, CJ, we're trying to show we have a little bit of fun with our topics and all that sort of stuff with our guests, because there's so much scary stuff there on media and on the news and that sort of stuff. So yeah, if we can just bring a little bit of humour to everyone, well, I think we're going all right. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so tell us about what you used to present there on, at 98.9. What did you?
Oh, so I was basically doing so I was doing, my traineeship, and with that being said, we got to go down to like Musgrave Park and do the, the Night Off Week events, as well as travel around Brisbane and go to other events and present programs on air and, present on air, which was pretty cool. I enjoyed presenting on air because, I'm not much of a camera person. So it was, I'm pretty nervous, for being on camera. I'm not real good with it, and I slur my words and I'm not real good. But with being at radio station, it's really good because, there's not that pressure of being, you obviously, you can't see me on radio. So it gives me that extra confidence. But I guess that's why I started at MCing in the first place, because I always knew I loved radio and I wanted to aim that way. But I guess going up with the bang and building that experience up led me into radio station. So that was pretty mad, yeah.
Yeah. And you're still in contact with 98.9, of course?
Yeah, I'm in contact with them. I got to go up there and actually, grow my hair and rock up there for once, because I haven't been there in a while since I stopped my traineeship. Because, year 12 was pretty intense, and being on the island, I had other commitments as well. But I'm outside of school now, and I've got the time to, reach my capabilities and explore the media. So I really want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I know that you spoke about this a little bit earlier about community and mob and culture. So how does that help you, I suppose? What does culture do for you in terms of everything you do? I know that you're very passionate about your stories and your family and your history and that, but how does that shape you in terms of when you're asked to do a particular thing, if you like, stand up on stage and doing the MCing or out front teaching dance, all that sort of stuff, What goes through your head when you've been asked that sort of stuff? I know you just jump in, and I've got to say that you're doing all right if you get nervous when you got a camera on you, so you're doing pretty good at the moment.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I guess with that, what runs through my head is I think I just have faith that my mob's standing there with me. I got the support of my ancestors, and when events happen that does involve cultural sensitivities, I am a very sensitive person, and with everything going on, I've been I'm exhausted. I've been drained, along with all mob around, the world going through the Black Lives Matter protests and everything going on right now. And I think at the moment I'm just trying to basically self-care, like I'm trying to take care of myself at the moment because I don't want what's going on outside in the world to consume me and distract me from the real problems that's going on, like the death in custody. You know, you got so many people who's actually commented on Facebook, and there's a lot of racial things going around in society and on social media. And so this is pretty much, you've been messaging me, CJ, and I hardly ever answer. I'm so sorry, but I've just been keeping my distance on social media and, you know, never reading the comment section. And with events that happen, I guess what I just try to do is remember I'm a staunch Aboriginal woman. I know who I am. I know where I'm from. I'm a Nunakal Kondamuka woman, and at the end of the day, that is who I am and that is where I'm from, and I know that. So I don't need validation or anything from anyone, and I know where I stand and who I am. So I guess, that's basically how I feel about it.
I think that's brilliant. I mean, well said. And because CJ and I have been talking a lot about self-care over the last 9 or so weeks, and how important it is for us to be able to take care of ourselves before we can help anyone else. So coming from you at such a young age, I think it's beautifully said. So well done.
But I think the thing with that is you got to remember that with reading the comment section and that you really got to pick and choose your arguments. You know, there's mob that you don't got to waste your energy. If they're too close mind, don't bother trying to educate someone who's not open to it. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned so far is, pick and choose my arguments, you know.
Yeah, well done.
That'll work.
And I think we'll say
comments there. We've got some really good comments here. So Charlie Fay said Mikayla will do good if she can talk like Brendan. It's probably true. Brendan, right, Brendan? So, and then Jenny Wood said the early days of COVID were very, very scary. Dane Hendricks said, are your plans to continue this live yarn post COVID-19? And we'd have to say yes, CJ. I mean, we got, we
well,
don't know again, but
I've got nowhere to go. Nothing to
do. So we've got a few other comments there too. I'll just read them out. Jenny Wood, special thanks to Jack and Lisa for their support. No worries, Jen. Anytime. Malcolm Darling said, JB and CJ, thanks both. Thank you both for this yarning. I don't make every session, but it's positive. Oh, shit.
Oh, what happened to you, mate?
She fell off.
Who fell off?
The computer.
Did it? Oh.
Yeah, keep going. I don't make every session, but it's positive stories and keeping us all connected during the pandemic. Much appreciated. Keep up the awesome work. Felicity Wood said, having spaces like this make uncertain times easier to get through. Thanks, guys. And David Eric Sutton said, just to replying to Malcolm there, totally agree 100% with you, brother. So, and then we've got Grant Sarah watching now. So, g'day, brother Grant. How are you?
Did you say Sarah?
Yeah, Grant. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Grant Sarah. How are you, brother? Yeah.
He's hiding in the background. We tried to get him on a few times, but he said he's got a good head for radio. His exact words what he said. So
he got a pretty good sidestep too. So
he has.
Yeah. And you got my wife, Michelle says, amazing young woman, Mikayla. So she's watching as well.
Oh, beautiful, yeah. Well said, Michelle.
And John Carl Riley is watching. Letitia Miller would love to see a segment on cooking soup and foods with bush tucker to have COVID, to have during COVID and winter time. Would love to try using some traditional foods, etc. My children are getting slack for sipping Gumby every night. You reckon?
Well, I'll tell you what, Letitia, you come on and you can share your secrets with us. So
might have to get Kieran on.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, CJ. I was like, true God, you could actually check out Kieran Yallabin Dining. He works with all your native herbs and spices and everything here on the island. He cooks the deadliest fish, and he's the deadliest chef I ever had. You can also check him out on Yullabin Dining. So that's on Facebook. He has a page, and that's definitely worth checking that out. You can get a lot of knowledge from there, and deadliest recipes.
Okay,
well,
well,
we might do is put a link up there, CJ.
yeah, put it in the comments.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
absolutely. That'd be good.
Yeah,
So,
we'll get you to send me the details there, Mikayla. That'll be fantastic. Yeah, so that'll be good. We have been doing a little bit of cooking. I don't know whether you heard about my famous banana bread. I did a challenge, so and I think Jackie did a few things as well.
yeah. I followed up with the banana bread as well, and then some all natural fudge or fudge cake or something. So yeah,
I had to go with a sponge cake, so
Yes.
and I need to have
well,
another.
CJ copped a bit about his sponge cake too, didn't you, CJ?
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, well,
Everyone's an expert, and
yeah, I know. I made my cake and I ate it too.
he wouldn't share it either, Mikayla. So
Why not?
No, it
good,
was
you reckon?
too nice. It was.
Yeah.
It was too nice.
But he did share his banana bread, so I'm happy about that.
Now listen, if we keep talking about banana bread, Jed's going to go off on us. I know that because it's old story.
Yep.
Okay. But no, that's been really good. You've got some really good look. I'll tell you what. If anyone knows any people in media out there who want a really good young talent, certainly recommend Mikayla, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's looking for a career, and I guess hopefully we can might be able to help you out with that as well, and finding something that you're interested in terms of study wise.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely. I got so many interests. I just gotta. That's why I'm glad I've got this time right now. Is I get to focus myself now and find out where I'm heading to next and what I want to do next. So a lot, as well as everything bad going on in the world. Yeah, this has given me a really good opportunity. So it's given me time to just slow down and enjoy the island and everything going on right now, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. And I can see all your self-care stuff happening there. I mean, you're gardening. You're going to catch up with Auntie Delvine, and it's all there for you. So, and it's great. Sometimes I turn the TV off when the news comes on. It's just not good stuff. You can get sort of, like we talked about, Jack. We can get sort of bogged down by all that negativity. And we just got to concentrate on our world and what we do, and keep it positive.
And try and celebrate what we are doing well, yeah. And
Absolutely.
thanks to Michelle Jaya for putting up that link for the dining. G'day to Auntie Fran up there at Algester. How are you? She said hi all, and love to everyone.
Yeah.
How cold is it in Canberra zone?
Canberra zone. Well, I think Chris Lee, he said it was -1 last time.
It was -1 last time. So Jenny Wood might be able to tell us, or Zane's down in Canberra too, isn't he? So
yeah. And Jan said, "Lovely yarn. Thank you so much for love to see you perform your art too. Can see a JB and CJ conference coming up with you." What a conference!
Well, you know what? We might have to have a second round too, Mikayla. So if you're up for it, we'd love to check in again with you and say g'day and see how you're going.
Yeah, that's right. No, thank you for coming on. It's been a real pleasure. I think and we're old boys, but we're certainly learning a lot from you today. So
thank you for having me. Thank you, and I learned so much from you. So thank you very much for having me.
No.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and look, as we always say, we learn so much from everyone that comes on. So that's the beauty about just having a yarn is, that transfer of knowledge that we actually get, and it works all different ways. So yeah, thank you.
Mikayla's actually she sent us a few names as well to make some contact, which is good.
Them follows up. They got so much potential, and
Yeah.
I inboxed you. They're my role models, and they're a couple years older than me. They're amazing people. So I definitely think, those fellas will be good to get on the show.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go. JB, she called it the show as well.
Yeah.
You got to keep continuing this after COVID. I'll tune in.
Well,
okay. Before we go, -3 in Canberra tonight.
There you go. So you can have that weather in Canberra. We reckon it's cold enough here on the Gold Coast. So
beautiful up there on Stradbroke Island, Australia. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there, Mikayla.
It's kind of cold here. I got a jumper on, got my footy pants on. I'm gonna chuck some trackies on after this, eh?
Yeah, trackies, eh?
Listen, all the best to you. Say hello to Mum again and Mitch.
I will. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much for talking to us today, because we always talk about our young people, but we never have a young person. Go, yeah, shit.
She's struggling without a hearing aid, CJ.
Is she? Oh, right. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's all right. I got to turn my hearing aid up a little bit. Sorry.
No, it's all good. No worries. So yeah, look, I'd just like to say thanks for coming on and sharing what you're doing, and you're an inspiration to not just to the young ones, to all of us. So, and we're so proud of you. And keep up doing what you're doing. So, and say g'day to brother boy Brendan when you get down there to Wilcannia for us.
Yeah, I'm about to text him and be like, "Oh, Uncle, guess what?"
Yeah. No, that'd be fantastic. So yeah. So look, I hope everyone has a great week. Stay warm, everyone. Practice your social distancing, and have a great week. I mean, that's what it's all about. So.
All right. Okay, we'll see you on Friday, mate. 4:30?
Yeah, I'll catch you before that, brother. You know that.
Oh, 4:30. Who we got on Friday, though?
We've got Lizzie Adams coming on Friday. So.
Oh, really? Oh, from up in Toowoomba?
From up in Toowoomba, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. She got a mad last name. I like her last name.
Yeah, Adams. Yeah, that's right. Adams family, eh?
Yeah. That wasn't even planned.
Very good. All right. Thank you very much. And look, join us again on Friday night, guys. 4:30.
4:30 Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. Lizzie Adams from up at Toowoomba coming on. So,
Council. Thank you. See you later.
Have fun, everyone. Thank you.